Sure where you're watching or listening, but I certainly hope all of you in Ontario are playing it safe as we deal with air quality issues due to these horrendous wildfire issues in Northern Ontario. Folks, this is the Sportsline Podcast on CHCH and Parrot TV. I'm Bubba O'Neil. Sports in Southern Ontario is always our focus, and friends, this region continues to develop so many outstanding athletes, teams, events, and executives. Today, a keeper of the 6-yard crease who's coming home.
Expecting an out-swinging ball. Numbers running into the box.
And?
Took the deflection, saved D'Angelo, second ball.
What a story of big dreams, development, and accomplishment. This prodigy from the city of Welland has come full circle on the pitch, playing professionally in Canada, the United States, England, Sweden, and lo and behold, she's back. With an opportunity to showcase her skills on her home turf, Sabrina D'Angelo has signed a deal to play with AFC Toronto of the Northern Super League. Sabrina, thank you so much for joining us on the Sportsline Podcast.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Really excited to be here.
Well, I'm glad you are too. Well, I'm glad, and in fact, I'm going to put you to work immediately in an analyst role. Before we even get into all of the things that you have done and what your future looks like, I need your opinion. Only because you spent so much time in good old England. England 1, Argentina 2. Your feelings about what happened this week in the World Cup semifinal?
Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit heartbroken yesterday. Mm-hmm. I was rooting for England, obviously playing there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a little bit of a pull from them, and I was heartbroken. Maybe some tactical things I don't necessarily agree with, but man, how good is Argentina? They just always find a way at the end of the game. It's crazy.
You talk tactics. Go ahead, because I've listened to a lot of English TV and radio over the last 24 hours. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I just think they settled into that defending the box mentality way too soon against a really strong Argentinian team. So, I'm not coach, but
no, I understand.
Yeah, just. It's really difficult to defend for, I can't even remember, like 20 plus minutes of defending the box when you're having world-class service coming in and dealing with world-class players on the end of those crosses. It's a really tough situation to be in. So
I heard the craziest statistic that just blows me away, and I still can't believe it because you're looking at world-class soccer, world-class national soccer here, that once England scored, Argentina had 88% possession of the ball. That's wild.
It was crazy. You could feel it as soon as England scored, and then it was like, boom, Argentina went, and it was just like, it almost felt like a matter of time before they scored. It was crazy.
You've seen some of the best in the world on, the women and the men. Christine Sinclair obviously comes to mind here in this country. But when you look at a Lionel Messi, what do you see? Again, especially from a goaltender perspective.
Yeah. I mean, I just see a player who's so creative, unpredictable, who can shoot, who can serve those crosses in. He's just, players you can see always want to know where he is and what he's doing. And yeah, he's just lethal.
He is lethal. Well, so are you, though, right? So are you. And I want to talk about just a little bit off the top here because your soccer or football journey has been incredible. And as I said, it's kind of a full circle moment. Your career continues. You're joining AFC Toronto of the Northern Super League. What does that feel like for you to be playing professionally in your own country?
A dream come true, really. Because a couple of years ago, it wasn't something I had even thought was possible. And then there were talks of the league coming and being brought to Canada. And then once it actually came last year, I was like, oh my goodness, like I can see myself returning home and playing in Canada in front of my friends and family. And it was something that I had always wanted to do, but it wasn't possible. And now it is possible. And I'm just so honored to be a part of this club and to have this opportunity.
And I'm led to believe that you turned down a contract offer from your Aston Villa where you were playing?
Yeah, and they had offered an extension to my contract, but the timing wasn't, I didn't want to be in the UK anymore. I'm so grateful for everything the UK offered to me and the experiences and my learnings there, but for my career and my happiness, I wanted to be close to home.
Well, welcome home.
Thank you.
You know, let's just talk about the journey. The Welland Wizards.
Oh gosh, we're going back.
Niagara United. When you think of yourself there and what you were thinking about, and you know your hopes and dreams at that point of, what do you think about when you think about those days?
I mean, oh God, this is probably going to make me cry. When I think of the Welland Wizards, I think of like my dad, and starting to play in goal, and him coaching me and helping me get started with the position, and how much effort he put in to help me start. I just think it was a place that built me into who I am today, and I'm so grateful for my parents and all the times my dad and I went to the Welland Soccer Dome and were training on the fields, and the effort he put in to make my dreams can become a reality. So yeah, when I think of the Welland Wizards, I think of my dad for sure.
Why goalkeeper? Like, it's the most maddening position for the sport. In fact, of any sport. It's crazy enough in ice hockey. Yeah. But you're dealing with a net that, you know what, nowadays the goaltenders almost fill the entire net. You little goaltender, big, huge nets in football. Like, you're almost set up not to succeed.
Yeah.
Why that position?
I mean, when I was younger, my dad was a goalkeeper, and I can remember being young and watching him play. And I guess the story goes, I supposedly cried and cried and cried until they put me in goal. And then they finally put me in goal. And I think there was just a love immediately of diving around and getting to make the big save and be the hero in that moment. And I think it was challenging for me, but it also helped me develop into who I am today. And it's a very pressure position where you don't do the right thing and it ends in a goal. So it helped, me deal with pressure, responsibility, accountability, and I've grown to love that. And I'm not going to lie, before games, I'm so stressed, I'm so anxious, but then once the game starts, it's like, whew, and it's just a natural thing, and it's something I love now.
I love that you said it's natural, because I can feel it in you, and that you just have that love for the position, and your excellence on the pitch continued, and gave you an opportunity to play at the NCAA level, in a program too that was growing, and in a league that was growing, and you had lots of success there and got lots of playing time. Yeah,
I mean, the University of South Carolina, I'm eternally grateful for, and my coaches, Jamie and Shelley Smith, when I was being recruited, they're husband and wife, and it felt like a family environment, and that's something I needed going so far away from home, and it had been the first time I had really been away from home, so I knew it was something I needed, and they helped develop me into the player I am and helped me get into the NWSL and playing professionally. And yeah, there were a lot of learnings through university, and you're growing as a person and a player. But yeah, without South Carolina, same thing, I wouldn't be where I am today.
It's incredible, because you're right, at that time of life, and this goes for anyone, man, woman, that are playing sports at that age, because you're right. You're from Welland, Ontario, right? No offense. So you're from Welland, Ontario, going away from home. Like you said, you have the security of your family, you know, in high school, and then, you know, growing up and in youth soccer. And now you're going to South Carolina. This isn't just a drive away, right? You can drive there for sure, but it's not just a hop up, I'll come see you, right? It's a whole planning thing, and you're leaving your family. Was that hard for you?
Yeah, it was. I'd say when I first started to go away for youth national team camps and stuff like that, I was extremely homesick. I'd be crying before my parents dropped me off, and there'd be tears. And as I kept going away, it got easier and easier. And I'd say through college, it was a little bit easier, because I had that prior experience with the youth national teams of going to camps and being away from home. So then going to college, I was really excited for the next adventure. And yeah, like I said, I really grew as a person, and I wasn't always perfect, I can admit that, but yeah, the growth I had as a human, I'm so proud of, and what I was able to accomplish on the field with those around me, I'm extremely proud of as well.
Were you good with the sort of school, social, sports-like balance that you're, again, away from home?
Yeah.
Every decision you make is on you.
Yeah, I did well academically, which I'm fortunate for. I think, like, looking back, I wish I wouldn't have crammed for exams. I wish I would have actually studied properly so it stayed in my mind. But yeah, I was okay with the schoolwork and football balance, and I think that's because before I went to college, my parents were driving me up to Vaughan 4 times a week, so I would be doing my schoolwork in the car for those hours, and then going out and training, and then coming back home. So like, I had to manage that balance in high school. So then going to college, I'd say it almost had prepared me for that moment.
This is fun, an interesting point of your life right now. I guess you're probably about 17, 18 right now.
Yeah.
You've got some national experience with some under 18 teams and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So you're getting some recognition, and then you complete your years at the University of South Carolina, and a decision must be made. Where, again, you've done well with your books. At the time, women's soccer, there's not a lot of options.
Yeah.
What defined your mind that I want to make this a career?
I think knowing that the NWSL was available for us to go and play in the States, and yeah, I can't even remember how many teams were in the league at that point, but knowing that there was a draft and the opportunity to be drafted into that league and to get to play professional football, and depending on where I ended up, potentially be close to home. And I was close to home because I was drafted to the Western New York Flash. So yeah, I think just knowing that the league was there, and obviously the backup plan of going to Europe if I had to, but I think I'm very grateful that I ended up in the States first before heading to Europe.
Well, why Sweden? Well, I mean, because that's the big jump now.
Yeah. I wasn't playing consistently in North Carolina, and I knew I needed a change. I knew I needed to get uncomfortable. I was at the age where I was kind of ready to make that leap, and it was actually really difficult to get in Europe and into a team, and thankfully Vitra, the team I went to, took a chance on me. And honestly, Sweden is by far one of my favorite places that I've ever played, and the team that I went to I'm eternally grateful for as well. It was just such a family environment. It was a place where I could go and be myself and be free and find my love for football again.
Can I ask a real basic question?
Yeah.
What's life in Sweden like?
Amazing. Amazing. Oh my goodness. I was in a small town, Hässleholm it was called. I wouldn't say it's like the most beautiful place in Sweden, but I absolutely loved it. And a basic day, oh my gosh, like people are just so relaxed. And
Is it different than here?
yeah, I would say people take the time to actually enjoy their life, and it's not as rushed as per se here, whereas we're always like, okay, what's next? What do we have to do next? We have to go here. It's like a schedule here, whereas people in Sweden are laid back and they take the time to spend with their friends and family, and I really appreciated that.
You had one of your first big challenges while playing in that area, and you suffer an injury.
Yeah.
Can you describe what that is like? Because sometimes, especially when you're far away from home and you do suffer an injury, that's going to keep you off the pitch for a significant time. I always think about, even like right now, the Hamilton Tiger Cats, Bo Levi Mitchell, the quarterback, right? It's fractured or broken ankle, and a decision's got to be made where, do I just go back home and do my thing? Because what lies forward is the rehab and all the responsibilities that you have to have. Can you talk about that injury and how that made you a stronger person?
Yeah, I think at the point of my ACL, I was fortunate enough to have made a really close group of friends. So I felt really supported in that space. And then it was just with the ACL rehab, the 9 months, we had kind of broken it down into 3-month segments. So I had my surgery and spent my first 3 months in Sweden because they were still in season, and I wanted to be there for the team and support them as much as I could. And that section of my rehab I could do in Sweden. And then the second 3 months I came back to Canada where I needed more on-field support, and I got that here through the Canadian women's national team and got back to the point where I was on pitch and playing. And then the last 3 months I was back in Sweden. So I think the fact that it got split into those 3-month segments made the injury go by that much quicker. And it was also at the time of the Olympics is coming up, so I need to do everything I can to prepare for that and try and be eligible for that roster.
Did you ever question any question what you were doing at the time?
No. I think it was just like, okay, this injury sucks. I'm not the only person to go through it, but I know I have my support system, and I know I can make it through this, and I will make it through this. And it's just like, there's nothing you can do about it. You have to do the rehab. You have to get through it. And it's just like, I have no choice. So I'm going to do it, and I'm going to be optimistic about it. I'm going to be positive and do everything I can to get back better.
Faced a challenge, and you conquered it. That's outstanding. Then the crazy thing happens. The Barclays Women's Super League, which, if anyone is familiar with, is a league, the biggest women's league probably in the world. And it's got teams that are mirroring the Premier League teams. So you're playing for Arsenal and Aston Villa. That's, I mean, and facing competition, which I would think is almost close to being on a national level. Every game means something. Games are on TV. Were you ready for that? And how did you enjoy that experience?
Yeah, I think when I first went from Sweden to Arsenal, it was like, oh my goodness, like this is a different world. Arsenal, I would say, is the gold standard of professional women's professional football right now, and the support that they get from the owners, the facilities, what they have available to them, they are like gold standard. And I think to be in that environment and to experience that and to be around world-class players, it was like, oh my goodness, this is insane. I am so grateful to be here, honored to be here, to be representing this club. And it was difficult, I think, to find my place within the team, because there were a lot of great players and still are a lot of great players on that team, and a lot of strong personalities. And I didn't feel like I could be myself in that environment, and that's on me for not maybe integrating as well. But Arsenal was an incredible experience. And I remember the one game we played against United at the Emirates, and it's a sold-out crowd of 60,000. I'm walking out there, and they're singing North London Forever, and I'm just like, this is insane that this is my life. And like a dream come true to play at such an iconic club, and then to make the move to Aston Villa, another club with so much history, and to play at Villa Park. And I'm like, wow, and what Villa's doing is incredible too. They just had built a new women's facility, and the fields that we're training on, the support that they're getting, like the WSL is such an incredible league, and like you said, a top league. So I'm honored to have had the opportunity to play in that league.
I'm a huge football fan, if you haven't noticed yet, and of course I'm a big PL guy, and of course I'm a big City guy.
Okay.
What's it like start with facing Bunny Shaw?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I mean, I think this past year Bunny Shaw had my number. But man,
she had a lot of people's numbers.
Oh my gosh, did she ever? I think before the Christmas break we got smoked by her, and I'm like, Bunny, you're welcome for all your goals this game. But she was just lethal this year, and such a threat. And I mean, it's like, how do you even defend a player like that? Like, you either have her or you don't. And then if you give her a chance on goal, 9 times out of 10 it's going in, because it's a worldly shot. She's just a remarkable player.
She is. She's pretty good.
Yeah.
So let's go to where you are now, and we talk about the fact that the options were there for you to continue to play in what we discussed, and I think we agree on, is the biggest, probably the most developed women's soccer league in the world. And then there's this league that's 2 years old, going into its second year, developed by an old teammate of yours, Diana Matheson, and an opportunity to play there and to play for AFC Toronto, a team that has done very well, and seems to be well supported. Why? And I know we kind of touched a little bit, but just a little deeper on, like, because that had to be a big decision financial, like for every reason. Like, why?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I was starting to have to think about what I was gonna do this year, it was stressful. It was really, really stressful. And I think at the end of the day, I went with my gut and what I needed personally, and I needed to be close to home. I wanted to be close to home, and when talking with AFC Toronto, what they were doing and what they were saying they were going to do, I'm like, this aligns with who I am as a person. And I think there was also something of coming home and giving back to Canada and to Canada soccer. And like you said, AFC Toronto was so successful last year and is doing well this year, and I wanted to be a part of it and to help grow the league and to create a legacy and leave my imprint. And yeah, I'm just really honored to be here and to have had the opportunity to play overseas, but now get to come home. That's special.
And some of your teammates are in this league as well too, and even on your team, Shelena Zadorsky, she's now on this squad as well too. And these familiar faces for you that you've had incredible experiences with at the national side of your life. It's got to be great as well too.
Yeah,
for them too. Hey, we're at home.
Yeah, I mean, Shelena signing with AFC Toronto was really special for me and for her, of course. I think we started in the youth programs together, so now we're coming back together, and it's such a full circle moment for us in that, like, we've gone our different ways and kind of come back and are playing on the same team again, and getting to share that with her is really special. And she's a center back, so it's not too bad having her in front of you.
Yeah, I'm sure so. Got a good communication there for sure.
Exactly.
It's funny. I'm glad you brought up the point about giving back, and it's something that sometimes we just sometimes take for granted, because we get it. We sometimes get it as a young athlete, and then we get to a point where it's like, the pay it forward sort of thought is really, really important. And for you, is that a plan for you? I don't know. What is it? Camps? I don't know. Is there something you'd like to do that you would like to? I mean, obviously, just even you being here is an example for young kids and looking at your career, and for many that may be watching or listening to this and saying, "Wow, I can make it."
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I've necessarily thought too much into what I'm going to be doing. It's been a month, and it's been a whirlwind.
Yeah, for sure.
Of a first, I guess, 3 weeks. But yeah, I think just coming back and showing young girls from Canada that you can do it. You can play professional soccer in Canada. You can play for the national team. You can play club here, and it's achievable now. And I think even with our squad that we have, them being so young, it's sharing my experience and what I've learned through my years of football, but then also learning from them. I think there's something really special about being a young player, and not that you're naive to everything, but you're not really scarred from football yet because you're new to the environment. And whereas we've been through so much, the hardships of tournaments, of big games that you've lost, and the emotions that come with it. Whereas a young player, they're so excited and just rose-colored lenses on. And I think there's something really I'm excited to learn from them as well.
Are you excited about women's sports in this country?
Yeah.
Look, I mean, I point to this hat. I look at that hat all the time too. The PWHL Hamilton, which I just think is going to be a massive success here. As we launch 2 hockey teams, an American Hockey League team and the PWHL team, and the response that I'm getting for this team is just, I'm blown away. I expected this is going to work, but I think it's really going to work. And the NSL is sort of kind of this behemoth too that's just waiting to explode. And I've heard there was a big sponsorship that had just signed on a couple of weeks ago. Does that excite you, seeing what's happening to not only the NSL but women's sports in North America?
Yeah, I mean,
compared to what you've just come from in the UK. Yeah,
I mean, the UK, you see football, but here, I mean, you're seeing football, you're seeing hockey, you're seeing basketball. There's so many different sports for women to get into and to play professionally here, and then the fans' engagement in the sports and supporting us, it's incredible to see. And and if you think of the NSL specifically, like even the expansion of Winnipeg coming into the league is huge, and the investment that the league is getting, it's incredible to see that women's sports is being successful.
is that something you'd want to be involved in? Like when it's all over, like, I don't know, is it coaching or like what would be, I somehow just getting to know you a little bit. I don't think football will ever leave your life.
No, and in what aspect it'll still be in my life post me playing, I'm not sure yet. Like, I have a couple more years. I would love to finish out this cycle of World Cup, Olympics, and then see what happens. But yeah, that's a couple years away. A lot can change.
Yeah, for sure. Now, let me ask you about the national team. Where are we right now, too? Because you're right. You're talking about the cycle that's sort of restarting right now. Again, and we've seen, it's funny, kind of, in some ways, kind of like the Canadian women's national hockey team as well, too. There's a kind of old guard that's kind of shifting out as well, too, and some young ones coming in. Where are we with the soccer program right now? Yeah,
I think we went through a transition last year of... Obviously, we got Casey in, our new coach, and the transition of players, and I think it was just all us finding our way together, and this year has been better for sure. And come November, we're into qualifying for the World Cup next year, so it's some big games coming up and important games for sure.
You've built great relationships with some of these teammates of yours, and it has come to my attention that you like to have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And you've got the best laugh going. I'm going to tell you this right now.
Thank you.
And I've also heard that you like driving cars every once in a while.
Are we talking about
Laura,
Vanessa and I?
Laura, please roll the tape. What is happening here? Please help me out here.
Oh gosh, I can't hear her. Oh gosh, Vanessa and I. I'm just going to say...
Look how scared she is.
I won. And if she ever sees this, she's probably going to be so mad at me. But all I know is I won, and it was probably one of the happiest days of my life. To beat Vanessa.
Look when the time gets announced. Look at your reaction. It's gold. Just super. You are really happy about this.
Like you said, we're very competitive people. And Vanessa is one of the most competitive people I've ever met in my life. So to beat her, oh my goodness, that felt really good.
I saw that piece of video and I said, I don't know how I'm going to work that in, but I got to work that in.
It needs to be in.
It's got to be in there somewhere. Just great stuff. I'll tell you, you know what? This is amazing. Seeing where, again, you've come from. Thank you so much for, letting us know a little bit about, your life, your journey, and what's still to come too, right? You're young 30s, like there's still more to go. Messi's 39, right? I mean, come on, there's so much more left for you to play, and I would say congratulations to you. It's great for you to be at home, as I said, spreading the seed of football for young players, playing with AFC Toronto. We have to see you on TV playing. Your signing window, I think, is opening soon, so you're going to be able to actually play too, which I think we're really, really looking forward to. And I wish you the best of luck. And anything we can do for you here on the Sportsline Podcast, please let us know, because I think it's great to support the local athletes. And what you've done is just outstanding.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Good luck to you.
It's been a pleasure chatting.
Right on. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. That's your Sportsline Podcast for the day. And if you've just seen and heard, we love talking sports with high-level athletes. If you do know of an athlete, team, or event to promote the Sportsline Podcast, you want to hear from you. Please hit that thumbs up, like, and subscribe button. If you have something to say, please do so. For the outstanding people that make the Sportsline Podcast possible, thank you so very much. And we'll see you very soon.